You came home today, and your dog ran to you like you're their whole world. You smiled, you hugged them, maybe even gave them a treat, and in that moment, you felt like a great dog owner. But what if I told you the one thing your dog fears the most is something you did today, not out of cruelty, not out of neglect, but out of love, the wrong kind of love? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you will never look at your dog the same way again. Dogs aren't just animals that eat, sleep, and play. Science has shown their emotional intelligence is similar to a 2-year-old child. They feel joy, they feel stress, they feel confusion, and yes, they feel heartbreak. But here's the problem. The things that hurt them the most aren't obvious. They're small, daily habits that slowly break their trust without you even noticing. Let's start with something almost everyone does. You take their food away to test them. It seems harmless, right? You're trying to teach them discipline or make sure they don't become aggressive. But in your dog's mind, that's not what's happening. The moment your hand reaches toward their bowl, their brain doesn't think, "My owner is training me." It thinks, "My food is not safe. This isn't behavior, it's biology." Your dog's instincts go back thousands of years to survival. Food wasn't guaranteed, and anything that threatened it was a real danger. So when you keep taking their food, they don't learn trust, they learn fear. You might not see it immediately, but it shows up in small ways. Eating faster, getting tense when you walk by, or one day, growling. And by then, it feels like the problem came out of nowhere. But it didn't. It started with moments like this. Now let's talk about something that feels like love, but often creates anxiety. The way you greet your dog. You walk through the door, and your dog explodes with excitement. Tail wagging, jumping, pure happiness. And you match that energy. You get loud, you get excited, you make it a big emotional moment. It feels good. But what happens next? Your dog can't calm down. They pace, they whine, they stay in that high energy state because their nervous system was just pushed to the extreme. Dogs don't need us to amplify their excitement. They need us to balance it, to be calm, stable, predictable. Because in their world, you are the anchor. When you stay calm, they learn to feel safe. When you stay steady, they learn to relax. And that's what actually creates a happy dog, not excitement, but stability. Now here's one that changes everything, using the crate as punishment. A lot of people do this without thinking. Your dog does something wrong, and you send them to the crate. It feels like discipline. But to your dog, something very different just happened. The one place that should feel safe now feels like rejection. Dogs are wired to seek small, enclosed spaces, not as punishment, but as comfort. A den, a safe zone, a place where nothing bad happens. But when that space becomes associated with your anger, it stops being safe and starts becoming stressful. That's why some dogs cry in their crate, scratch at the door, or panic when they're inside. It's not because they hate the crate, it's because the meaning of that space was changed. And here's the truth that ties all of this together. Your dog is always watching you, every tone, every reaction, every small habit. They're learning from it, not just how to behave, but how to feel about the world and about you. Your dog doesn't need you to be perfect. They don't expect that. What they need is consistency, calm energy, and understanding. Because to your dog, you are more than just an owner. You are safety. You are guidance. You are their entire world. And the way you show up every day shapes the way they experience life. So next time your dog looks at you, remember this. They're not just looking for commands. They're looking for reassurance, for stability, for trust. And when you give them that, you don't just train a better dog, you give them a better life. If this made you see your dog differently, share it with someone who loves their dog, and remember, the smallest changes create the biggest difference.